Steve Smith. Steve Smith Jr. has been identified as the talent to replace Ryan Clark. If you don't know who Steve Smith is, man, I had some good battles with Steve Smith. He's a future Hall of Famer, in my opinion. His numbers prove it. And he's a dog. You know, he don't really back down from no one. He's a smaller in height type guy, but man, he pack a big punch. But yeah, Steve Smith is here to replace Ryan Clark on Get Up, NFL Live, and other roles designated for Ryan Clark. Are you surprised? I'm not surprised, you know. But ESPN did declare war against Ryan Clark, if you can't tell. And the cold-blooded part about ESPN firing Ryan Clark, they are giving the same guy, Ryan Clark, chastised about having an opinion as a non-football player, his own show on ESPN. Peter Schrager. Former Carolina Panthers star Steve Smith Jr. set for expanded ESPN role that could include replacing Cam Newton. ESPN is expected to expand the role of former Carolina Panthers star receiver Steve Smith Sr. Sorry, I said junior earlier, senior. And it could include taking over Cam Newton's former role following his layoff from the network. ESPN announced a massive wave of layoffs last week, which included parting ways with former NFL standouts, turned analysts in Cam Newton and Ryan Clark. Those tough decisions ahead of the NFL season left voids that needed to be filled. And another former NFL player appears slated to fill that void, which is Steve Smith Sr. The network has yet to make an announcement or comment, but the expanded role is expected to include shows like Get Up, First Take, NFL Live, and a soon-to-be-announced Peter Schrager show. Woo! Cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. Jeez. Cold-blooded. And what makes this so cold-blooded is ESPN firing Ryan Clark, giving Peter Schrager his show. It's cold-blooded, man. It's a cold-blooded world we live in. That's the way it goes. And yeah, like I said, the Peter Schrager show looks like a direct shot at Ryan Clark, if you ask me. Looks like a direct shot. Yes, Peter Schrager is well-rounded, and he's been around for a while. He definitely knows what he's doing, and he can carry a show. And like I said, he's been around. And replacing Cam Newton with Steve Smith isn't a coincidence. That's not a coincidence. You know, and like I said before, it's important. It's important to treat everyone with the same amount of respect. You know, you never know who you will need in this life. This life isn't fair. You treat someone, you know, like they're beneath you, and then you turn around the next year, you're looking in their face and need them. You need a favor from them. But I'm here for Steve Smith. Steve Smith, he is 100% credible. And now you can hear a breakdown of games from a receiver's perspective. That's one thing you can look forward to. You know, people that have aspirations of being a mainstay or a highly paid talent on ESPN can't get caught up in thinking they're bigger than the program. You know, anyone can vouch for me. I'm a really nice guy. I really am. Until you handle me wrong. Then that's when I have to protect my peace. But overall, in general, once you meet me and interact with me, you will see that I'm a gentleman. I'm very nice. I'm so nice to the point, the places where I'm from, people try to take advantage of me until I show them that I have this other side of me. But, you know, that's the world's fault, you know, and that's just how it goes. Nice guys finish last. And it's a dog-eat-dog world, man. And yeah. But you can't be out here messing up your opportunities. You have to take advantage of opportunities, especially like Ryan Clark had. When you land on ESPN, it's up and up and up from there, right? opportunities upon opportunities should be you should be looking forward to. Take, for instance, Stephen A. Smith. I mean, we could talk about his grind and where he came from. And now you look at him now, and he has ESPN in the headlock. Without him, now you talk about ESPN firing Stephen A. Smith. That's a whole different story. They can't really afford to fire Stephen A. Smith. Financially, he's making a ton of money, and man, he's really the mainstay. He's really the face. I don't know if you want to say to the urban community, or just overall the face of ESPN. So, shout out to Ryan Clark, shout out to Cam Newton, shout out to Steve Smith Sr. Opportunities will arise, man, but this is a learning lesson for everyone, man. You live and learn. That's what you have to do when situations come about, right? Don't screw up your opportunities. Make the best of it, man.